Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome fountain pen friends all over the world. This is another video from Fountain Pen World. And today, I'm presenting two fountain pens, but I basically want to focus on the Nibs, which came with these fountain pens. Both of them are pilots. The first one, which I want to talk about, is a Pilot 78G Plus. It's a model made by Pilot for quite some time and not any longer available in Western markets as far as I heard. So this fountain pen is a sales hit in China, especially in China. It's very affordable, and I paid only $24 for it. I saw now offers on Aliexpress which are lower, but I don't know the sellers. The seller, I am getting these. I'm buying those Pilot, Sailors, and other Japanese fountain pen brands from is called Jianjun store, and a very reliable store. They know what they are talking about. They are very communicative. They don't use bots, communication bots, and you really can ask them your questions, and they are eager to answer. I am very surprised about the reliability of this shop, and yeah, they are selling originals. Okay, so not sure if this fountain pen is made in Japan or made in China itself. As I said, Chinese in the Chinese market, they are quite successful. It's a lightweight pen, a small pen, an entry-level pen, you can say. The nib itself is a steel nib, 22 karat gold plated. Where is my loop? Sure, somewhere hidden. It's a very nice made, extra fine nib. And Pilot says it makes a line of 0.26 millimeters, so that is quite close to an needlepoint nib. And I wanted to have something like this, a needlepoint nib. I didn't go for the platinum with their UEF nibs because of the fountain pen. I think the 77447 is quite expensive, and I'm also not a big fan of platinum. I have two fountain pens from them, but I'm not really convinced about them. Maybe the Platinum President and the 7447 is a different league, a different range. But yeah, I'm also very satisfied with Pilot and with Sailor as well. So as I said, this is a steel nib, 22 karat plated, and also the clip is 22 karat plated, and that's all for $24. It has a converter, of course. It's a Conforti converter. I think I measured something around 1 milliliter. Brian Goulet was stating that he got a 0.61 milliliter filling, but he didn't fill up to the brim. Of course, that doesn't make much sense, because you are risking ink spillings. But anyway, I'm quite happy with this purchase. But as I said, it's more or less the nib which I was interested in. Just for comparison, entry level, speaking about entry level pens, put this away a little bit for a little bit time. Here is a Pelikan M400, the smallest of the Sovereign series, the subject pen, and the Aurora Y, which is also for a quite long time in production by Aurora. Let's look at them uncapped. And you see length. Oh, the Pelikan, most probably the same length. No, I think it is the same length. I just put down here the let's see. The piston was down. Oh, it's the same length. No more or less. The Aurora is a tiny bit smaller, as you can see here. But nearly all the same length, so the same style. And both are, or all three are very good entry-level pens. And as I said, the nib was why I pulled the trigger, and we're coming soon to that with the writing sample. The other fountain pen I acquired for significantly less dollars, $196, also from this Wan Jianjun store in China, on Aliexpress. That's the Pilot 7 Custom Heritage 742, and it is equipped with a music nib. Let's see if I can show you a little bit more the details. So that music nib has a quite broad tip. Can we see it? No, the camera doesn't comply as usual. And it has two slits, so 3 tines, the left, the right, and in the middle. And it's making really broad lines. It's like a calligraphy nib as well. And the reason why I suddenly was interested in that music nib was I saw another video from Blake's Broadcast, a very nice young man and seller of paper and fountain pens in San Francisco, and he's quite regularly doing also fountain pen and paper reviews. And he showed recently a Mont Blanc nib, a calligraphy nib, a special grind, also 2 slits, 3 tines, and yeah, well, only that the price is just $1,250 for a nib. And you can customize it with engravings, or you can ask them to put the diamond into the, of course, a small diamond into the nib, and so on and so on. So show off for the people who are well off. Anyway, when I looked at the nib, I thought by myself, well, this looks similar to a music nib from Pilot because of the 2 slits, 3 tines. And I just said, well, I don't have, so why not reaching out and getting myself a music nib from Pilot. So I found this 742 at a reasonable price and pulled the trigger. The nib here, this music nib, of course, is a 14K gold. It's a pilot number 15 nib, so it means roughly a Western number 6 nib, or a standard number 6 nib, whereby the 78G Plus has a pilot number 10 nib, which is between Western or standard number 5 and number 6 nibs. But I think you know that. The converter here, I'm not going too much into the details of the fountain pen. The converter here is a Con 70 push. Why I don't show that? Speaking, and controlling the camera if the camera picks up. This Con 70 I like very much. Convenience. Sits very tight as usual. It's a pilot. The material seems to be resin, whereby the pilot 78G is plastic. I don't know, ABS or whatever. They are not using cheap plastics. That's not pilot style. I don't think so. They are pricey, yes, that's true, but they are not that much overpriced. Yeah, maybe in the United States, in the Western markets, they have a different price policy, which I do not like so much. But anyway, just comparing this 742 with the Montblanc Le Grand 146. I know many people don't like this, let's say medium-sized. They go for the bigger 149, but also much more expensive fountain pen. And by the way, this fountain pen, this is the eldest fountain pen in my collection. And I bought this in Germany for around 330 DM in 1998, I think. Look at the prices nowadays, and yeah, then you can talk about price increases. To be honest, size is the same. Both fountain pens. Posting, of course, is also possible. And you see here, the size is absolutely the same. Maybe that the Montblanc is a little bit girthier, especially here in the middle part. Well, I think so. Well, you see here this these shadows. That was me. I ruined really this part, mistreating it, because I put it in hot water. I hope that the nib and the nib unit could come out more easily. I had no idea at that time, when I tinkered around with this fountain pen, that I have to have a special tool. I got this later on, and then I also ruined a little bit the nib, especially here the left tine, and I had to several times to dismantle the whole pen, and it gave me some work, but in the end it's working again. So this is when you have no idea what you are doing, and at that time I really had no idea what I'm doing. By the way, I just find out that the cap fits on the cap of the pilot fits on the Montblanc. Oh, interesting, but not part of the show. As I said, the stars are the nibs. Let's go directly to a writing sample. And honestly, I tried to make. Sorry for this. Unbelievable what happens here. But my table is not the biggest one. And I want to show you some writing samples. Which I did before. And I was speaking to the camera, and the camera didn't comply, or better to say, the camera didn't record. Great. And I didn't see it. Also great. So these are writing samples I did for both. Let me see if I can change a little bit the yeah, this is now the second part of the video. Great. I have really troubles with this camera and with this equipment. As I said, I made before, I tried to make a video and didn't realize that I was talking to a still picture. Absolutely. So you see here, this is the writing sample of the Pilot 742 with that 14K music nib and the Con70 converter. It's making really, really large lines, depending also on the angle, how you hold the nib tip to the paper. It's a gusher, a fire hose, you can say. Here you see quite perpendicular to the page. It's giving big lines, quite big lines, and changing the angle a little bit, thinner lines. Downstrokes are bigger, side strokes are also quite big. In reversed writing, it really looks a little bit different. Let's go here back to the reversed writing. Very nice lines, nice flare, a nice touch. And in normal writing, yeah, you see here the result, and you see here the differences. Very big lines, and here quite small lines. But nevertheless, let me check my notes, which I did yesterday. The line variation of the music nib is from 0.4 millimeter to 1.3 millimeter line width, and again it's depending on the angle. In reverse writing, I could achieve 0.3 to 1.2 millimeter, also depending on the angle. And also flex is possible, and I got a stunning 2 millimeter line width. But I don't want to stress the nib too much, honestly. And of course, with the Pilot's 78G Plus, it's a little bit different, quite the opposite, as you can see here. Let's go further with the zoom. And this is a number 10 nib. Western style number 5 to, yeah, something. It's a EF steel, 22 carat plated, gold plated. And you see the lines in normal writing and also in reverse writing. I'm changing a little bit, have to play with the camera, but you can see it very well. So the lines are really very, very small. Where is that fountain pen now? Oh my God. In normal writing, I would say roughly 0.3 millimeters. What I found out yesterday, 0.26 to 0.3 millimeters. And in reverse writing, yeah, it reaches the needle point of 0.2 millimeters. Very nice, and it's keeping up in reverse writing as well. As I mentioned it in many videos before, this is quite important to me, that reverse writing is possible. And by the way, Parker in the 1920s or 1930s came out with Nibs, and they used a sales argument, a marketing argument, that their Nibs are also usable in reverse writing. So there's nothing wrong with it, using a nib in reverse writing, if it is writing in reverse, of course. So I think the writing sample is quite okay. Let's go to the paper. This is a quite big paper, I think 110 or 120 gram per square meter. I bought it locally in Thailand, and it's called Krafft and matte paper, a notebook. Really impressive, impregnated, or I don't know. The paper smooth, very fountain pen friendly. But what I have to state is as well ghosting. But only, of course, with this music nib, and only when you are squeezing a lot of the nib more. So it will do ghosting for sure on cheaper paper, but I think that's quite normal. So I hope that was informative for you. You have it. Both nibs are really very well writing, nice writers, smooth writers, out of the box. Something you can expect from pilot nibs. And leaves me to say that I am going to make another video with some new nibs from Kanwrite, standard nibs and also Ultraflex nibs, but this time, and I'm not a huge fan of their Ultraflex nibs because they say it is steel, but from my point of view, these nibs are not steel and they are bent very easily. And I made the mistake before that I bought broad and also modified nibs with a stub cut, which made, when they wrote, quite big lines. But the feeder wasn't keeping up, and so this time I said, okay, let's start from the opposite side and go for extra fine nibs in standard steel, and also for Ultraflex purposes, and let's see how they perform. And that is, yeah, for the maybe in 1 or 2 weeks, the video should be available. I'm still waiting for the Nibs, and I bought them for the Kanwrite Heritage because the nib units are different, and I bought one with a for a Jovo threaded fountain pen. Okay, have a nice day, have a nice week, stay healthy, and enjoy your fountain pens wherever you are. Take care, and bye-bye.